Let's get physical, it's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, the 3rd of August until the 7th. And just a heads up, this video I've had to make super early because if everything is going to plan, as this video is published by YouTube, I should be on a plane on my way to the UK. So no community spotlight this week or for the next few weeks, and perhaps I might have missed some last minute announcements, hopefully not. Xeno Crisis is releasing this week in North America, probably its final stop on Nintendo Switch. This release has gotten around, and it's also the most interesting one just because of how questionable of a release it is. Like, why, when there is a triple pack for cheaper? Anyways, this North American physical is even more special because alongside the normal retail release, VGP have an exclusive cover variant that you can't get anywhere else. Why? Again, who knows, but it's weird. At least the game is fantastic, an arcade shooter style game that does not get old. And my executive producers, Punkidusta, Super Ben Julio, and Alex M, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the games in this video, consider using the links down below in the description and pinned comment. Any purchase made via a link there helps support me and this channel in the best way possible. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. VGP are a fantastic company with free worldwide shipping on orders over $55 American dollars. Plus, if you buy something via my link, you are put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Alfredo C. Congratulations, you should get an email from VGP with your discount coupon in the coming days. If you don't, just hit me up and I will sort it out for you. Alright, the low print limited pre-orders. Tyrant's Blessing is Limited Run's first Switch physical in quite a while, and it is one of their strangest yet because it's one of those kinds where they are flogging a European copy rather than a North American one. And it's published by Clear River Games, who aren't even selling it on their own website. At least they've not indicated as such as I'm making this. This is a strategy game that's kinda like Into the Breach, where there's almost a puzzle aspect to it, but there's a fantasy theme going on, and it's just not as well made, at least from the reviews I've seen. I think it looks good though. You can pre-order this on Tuesday, and my executive producers, Viz and Jake Vav, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Easy Delivery Co. is part of a triple helping of games I covered in a video already, so if you want the full lowdown on these next 3 games, go watch that video after this one. But Easy Delivery Co. is a fantastic looking, cute, retro visual game that's super chill. You are a cat driving a delivery truck and it looks like the PlayStation 1 era. Lost in Cult have started taking pre-orders for it, while there will be a standard retail release, which is available to pre-order right now too. At Lost in Cult's website, they have some special editions, a Retail Plus edition, as well as an edition, which only has 1,500 copies for the Nintendo Switch. It looks great, and it's also on PlayStation 5, and my executive producers, Jennifer M, Firm Returns, Mr. Lee from Eastern NC on eBay, OGCIB, Nerdy Sean, Dead Bunny's YouTube, and Wixit, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Sektori is a Nintendo Switch 2 proper physical cartridge. Again, it is a Lost in Cult title with only 1,500 copies of their limited edition exclusive to their website. This is a fantastic fast-paced shooter with some arcade action that is really well loved. The trailer is a bit visually overwhelming, but it's definitely a treat if you enjoy tense, high adrenaline experiences. Some people have put hundreds of hours into this just because it's so addictive and plays so well. If you enjoy like Resogun, then this will 100% be up your alley. Also on PlayStation 5. And my executive producers, Brent McLean, Dane Wilkinson, and Instacritic, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Dread Delusion is Lost in Cult's final game in this episode, and it might be the one I'm looking forward to the most. Another proper Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge in the works, and this is an open world RPG. It's a bit like Elder Scrolls, but more like Morrowind rather than Skyrim. Again, it has some retro visuals, looks fantastic. In fact, all 3 games that I've just mentioned have extremely positive reviews. Lost in Cult have chosen their games well. And my executive producers, Mojo, John Jamin, Azrath, and Abs, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. All 3 of these games, I have linked Lost in Cult down below, and you can support me with a purchase via a link. With their Retail Plus editions, which are the same price as the retail releases, but have an extra bonus goodie, and their editions, which are beautifully crafted and presented collector's editions, really the best in the business, really boutique, have a really good feeling to them. I've also linked the standard editions at VGP if you don't want either of those special editions. Demon's Night Fever. Red Hot Games have announced they are doing this on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5, and while this will be available at retail, Red Hot Games, exclusively to their website, they have the deluxe edition for each console, but only 500 copies apiece. Will this get a North American physical? Yes, it will. A standard retail has been announced for that region as well, but this deluxe edition is exclusive to Red Hot Games, a tactical RPG with a very Persona-looking visual style to it and Disgaea-style gameplay. If you want to order the deluxe edition, remember, if you click my Red Hot Games link, you can get 10% off with my code Jordan10. And my executive producers, the Nemo 6, Adamantium, and Ghost Bune, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Bread and Fred is Strictly Limited Games' latest Switch release, and it is slightly confusing as I think it might be coming to retail as well. Not sure why they are teaming up with Atari for this one, seems rather random, but it is available to order right now and shipping in December apparently. This is a co-op platformer as you try to ascend the mountain as two penguins. You can play alone or with a partner who you may fall out with if they mess up and cause you to fall all the way back down. You can order this at Strictly Limited Games on Switch and PlayStation 5, but VGP are helping to sell it too, so I've linked them down below if you want to buy this, with their nice free shipping. Alright, the imports play Asia territory. While you can import any of these games, well, most of them from VGP, I have also linked to Play Asia, who if you click my link, you can get 5% off with my code Jordan2026, but you must click my link first, and if that doesn't work, then use the links in my imports database that I've linked below, and that should work if you click the links from there, because YouTube sometimes interferes with my affiliate ID type, the cheeky sausages. Fantasista Asuka Crystal Combi Collection is releasing in Asia this week, and while it's not technically a Play Asia exclusive, they do have this as one of their first print editions, which I've really grown to love for various reasons. It is a great way to support a game early, but also pay the normal price for it. And you get something that will be very collectible in the future. Following on from the very recent Riviera, which was very successful, this one is going back to the Guna approach, which, fair cops, it is a double pack of a football RPG style game. It's Inazuma 11 but with more anime babes, and no doubt selectively chosen camera angles. That is the main event, but it also includes Magical Nut Ikuno, which is like Pac-Man, but with anime ladies where their T and A get bigger with power-ups. Only Curate could publish something like this. It is a bit special. First print editions come with an alternative art slip cover, 3 art cards, and a pair of Joy-Con stickers. Get it while it's still available, and my executive producers Kevin W, Cartoon Soren, D's Nuts, Jeddah Crow, and Miami Sunrise, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Route 16 Collection is releasing this week on Nintendo Switch in Japan, and this is a triple pack of retro games. Well, okay, 2 retro releases and 1 modernization. This is a series that is kind of ancient. It's a maze racing game, which is a genre that's very much dead. It's bitten the dust a long time ago in terms of arcade-style gameplay, but this revitalization might bring it back, do something fun with it. Altogether, you get Route 16, Route 16 Turbo, and Route 16R, and they will have English language support. That's now being confirmed, and it will have a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which has a Famicom cartridge replica, which doesn't work, it's just a visual thing, acrylic stand, and soundtrack CD. Cotton Rock With You is releasing this week on Nintendo Switch 2 on a proper cartridge in Japan, and it will play in English. There's been no word about a Western release. It could come eventually, but for now it is Japanese only, and this is the latest entry in the long-lived shmup franchise. This one promises 7 unique characters with their own play styles, and it's always a pleasure to play this series. I know some of them don't always work as well as they could, but they're just fun and charming. The physical in Japan is having a standard edition as well as a limited edition to celebrate the anniversary of the series, and that comes with an acrylic stand set, soundtrack CD, and art book. And my executive producers Josh Foote, Mr. Awesome, Joshua L, Juice250, and Dave Horworth, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright, there's no community spotlight this week because, as I said, I am quite busy with my travels and stuff like that. Don't send any pictures, okay? I'll let you know when you can send pictures in. Special thanks to my executive producers over on Patreon for supporting me, plus you watching right now. If you watched all the way through, you're a legend too, and I want to know who you are. So in the comments, if you watched all the way through, please leave me some bread emoji in honor of Bread and Fred, or a penguin, bread penguin thing. Why is it called bread? Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.